How about that? Um, wow, it's already 5 in the morning. That's wonderful. Um, so yeah, just per usual, woke up at 2, couldn't get back to sleep, so I waited a few hours and then I'm like, alright, so I'm going to talk to the camera now because that seems fun. And I don't have any more Dragula left to watch, so that's something. Do I like my other glasses better? I don't like these. How they look right now. They look like goggles. Ah, wait for it. No, I think I like the other ones better. Okay, yeah, that's probably as good as we're going to get. Son of a bitch. So yeah, it's like the middle of the fucking night, and I have to like whisper because they wake up like at the drop of a hat. So um, like literally, I've gotten out of bed and like walked across my room to the office before, and the floor is like creak in the office, and they've like woken up and like come in there and been like, "Is everything okay?" Like, yeah, I'm just pacing. Like, sorry. um, I'm really hungry. I wonder if I have any food in my office. I bet I don't, but we're about to find out. And of course, it's too like loud and creaky to go downstairs, so that is out of the question. Oh wow. Look at that. Which energy drink do you want? I can't even like get on the camera. Oh well. We have Red Bull with Highball. And all these are like 0 calories except for the fucking Red Bull. I actually have the kind with sugar today. I think it was like leftover from the beach or something because I like the artificial because it's trashier. Look at them. Wow. That one, fucking, what's his name? Like Israel or something? I don't know. Their like version of the pit crew guy on that show looks like one of the guards at Whippick that like I was able to talk to and stuff like that. The cool one. So that's something. I accidentally mentioned that in public yesterday, and yeah, I have an issue with like not knowing like when to not say things or like not write things because I'm like, all right, I'm in the company of like this one person, so like anything's fair game without like accounting for the fact that oftentimes I'm like in public, like right around like old conservative ladies and shit like that, and yeah, there are certain things that really upset the people of Wexford. This is facing the wrong way. This looks like a dildo, but it's not. It's just the remote. I don't know why the fuck it like they make it like this, but you know. Like that. Like that was an unnecessary comment right there. Oh, and I got this bracelet. Like this is the bracelet that the girl there gave me. That's like the little angel on it, and then the little heart that says "Made with Love" is here. Um, and I don't know. It looks like maybe homemade, but I can't really tell. It's just like beads and then like stretchy string. But like that was really thoughtful, and even though I'm like not religious and all that shit, like the angel's like cute, and I don't know, like I like the symbolic meaning of it. Oh, and you're gonna see my tattoo. Have you ever seen the tattoo, kids? No, you're not allowed to get a tattoo. Ah, my screen's getting dark. Okay, well, let's see if I can like do this without showing you my tit. Do you see that? Oh yeah, you can. Fuck yeah. That's it. Goodbye, Blue Monday. I did like fucking take my shirt like halfway off when I was up in that shop, but like thankfully I was wearing like a nice bra that day. I like finally bought like 2 or 3 nice bras so that I can feel like an adult, and so that I wouldn't have to have like training bras laying around like my dorm room. But that won't be an issue for another year. That's something I could talk about because I don't think I've made a video in like at least a month or so. But I'm not going to college this year anymore. I was supposed to leave like, when was Hell Day? Like 2 days ago, I think. Um, yeah, and like that day was like really tough, just like mentally and everything like that. Um, because that was like the one thing I'd been like working toward for like all my high school career. Like I always thought that everything I did in high school was like bullshit, and like I wasn't really gaining anything from it other than like, hey, I can go to college, and if I complete this like stupidity now, then I'll be able to go to college, and that's where I'll like find my tribe, and like things are going to get so much better after this. Or at least I would like try to get myself to believe that, and I like could for a few years, but then when like I don't know, senior year that just wasn't happening. Um, Around winter, I kind of just like gave up everything and just like privately like set that I wasn't actually going to be going to college or like doing any of that. I think that he's oh no, it's just the TV. I try to have the TV like up loud so that like they don't hear me talking to myself because that's definitely like grounds for going right back in there. Um, I'm not showing them this fucking video. I don't show them my journal or any of that. It's no. If I wanted to like have them see this and my journal and stuff like that, then I would just say things like right to their face. Like this is for like all the things that like I can't discuss with them, and like it's stupid to discuss with like other people. I guess for some things anyway. And I just like to whine, so it's actually probably like a bad habit because most of the things I write in my journal and here are like things that went wrong during the day or like negative things that are like bugging me. And I was thinking about this yesterday when I was riding my bike actually that I want to try to start. Why the fuck is the TV so loud? I mean, I have to like yell to be heard over it. But I want to start doing like every few days or so, like make it a point to like write down something nice or that just like I don't know. I don't want to say like write about the future or something because I'm still like just figuring out like what I want to do. Like I told my parents over well, I had my courage like assisted a little bit to get that to that point, but I had a talk with my parents recently that I am not going to be a chemical engineer. I told it right to their faces, and that I'm going to like meet with my advisor or whatever when we go to visit like in a few months, and I'm going to try to like start to get the ball rolling on like actually changing that, so that I can like be done before I like actually get into school, because this isn't the first episode, is it? Oh, okay, yeah, well, I'm like worried that what they'll think about the fuck. I picked like a terrible thing to like put on the TV to make noise because it's fucking drag, and I'm gonna look at drag, so I should have put on like some show I already watched that would have been like smarter. But well, anyway, like I want to like get my major changed as soon as possible so that like I don't know, like I feel like my future will be will feel like more manageable. That doesn't make sense. How can a future be manageable? That's definitely the wrong wording. But like, I don't know. I'll be more excited about like the possibilities that I have in my future if I can at least like start to map them out a little bit. And part of mapping it out is definitely like getting it like out in the open to like the fucking people I'm going to be scheduling my classes with, that I want to change like the thing that I signed up for entirely. And I found out that my scholarship is not major specific, so that applies to like whatever I want to pick at Bryn Mawr. And that's excellent because I was really afraid that like my scholarship would be yanked, if not by my parents, then certainly by the college for changing my major, since I like applied there, like putting like, cause you know you have to say like primary, like um I don't know their wording, but like the thing that you want to study, and I put chemistry for there. And then like, what do you want to do with your degree? Chemical engineering all the way. And I like filled out half my application about fucking chemical engineering, even where it didn't ask for me to write about it. Like that's what I chose to write about. And that's why I was kind of like scared about changing that like with the school. But of course, I like looked into it more and about like the financial aid and like where the money goes and how you can use it. I figured out before I told my parents that, because I wouldn't have like asked them, like gone through all that trouble um, if it wasn't actually something that could be done. I would turn my computer the other way and sit the other way so I stop looking over there and like losing my train of thought and just like rambling. But I still don't have a light bulb in that light. I've let it be burnt out for maybe like 6 months now. No, definitely longer than that. Probably since like Christmas, but that's okay. Um, there's always just, I have no lighting in this room except for this lovely little Target lamp with a light bulb that I stole out of that one. Um, and a little Target Christmas tree over there. Look at this shit. Ooh, you're going to see like the fucking messy office area thing. But can you even see it? Oh, yeah, there he is. Merry Christmas. Ooh, and Christmas, like, that was fucked up. I don't have that much to say about it, but I mean, I'm alive. Goodbye, Blue Monday. And I don't really know what to think about that yet, but you know what? We're gonna get there, hopefully. Um, and about like finally reaching out for help and um, you know, being honest with the people at partial, allowing myself to like go to partial. I think that I don't know like why exactly, like how I could have like built up that courage, because that's been like something that's like really intimidated me for like all my life, like because I'm afraid of like not being taken seriously. um I don't know, just because I guess like I never really have been taken seriously before in many things other than like school. um I've always been kind of like a one trick pony. Like, all I can do is like school, so that's the thing that needs to be most important, and let's not discuss anything else. If there are any problems with anything else, don't bring them up. Um, of course, like, my parents didn't tell me that explicitly or anything, but a combination of like their actions and I guess all the conversations that we never had in like any stretch before helped me like build up my own idea that these things were so, that like, all right, here's a list of things that you absolutely cannot talk about. And also just that like my parents are from like a few generations older than me. It's not just like two um or like whatever the average gap is, like they're fucking 40 years older than me. And I guess they've had like this like stigma, they think about the stigma surrounding like, you know, any type of like mental problem, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the language for any of this stuff yet. I'm still like really bad at talking about it, but I'm supposed to like try to work on that and have more like weird conversations with my parents because I guess they're supposed to help me and I think that they would. They aren't right now because um, I can't effectively have them and they freak me out and all of that. But yeah, I guess like what finally like allowed me to be completely open with the people was like probably how emotional my mother was because I had never seen my mom cry before in my life. Like, not when her grandma died, not when my aunt died, not when my uncle died, not through all these deaths, not through a job loss, not through like starting kindergarten or fucking graduating or any of that. My parents are not emotional people, and like, I mean, it works well for like a lot of things because they're very grounded and like sensible. But the night before the day that I went to the hospital, my mom like came into my room and out of nowhere just like started screaming at me, and then next thing you knew, she was like crying, and then I was crying because like what the fuck was going on? The mom doesn't cry, and so I guess then the next day I was having like really troubling thoughts that night and I didn't know where they were coming from. I didn't know how to stop them. But that was like really the pattern that like this whole time I haven't known where things were coming from and like how to stop them. But okay, so it was 3 days before Blue Monday, and I told them that I had every intention still, how I was going to do it. Plus, like I was just starting to like reality was slipping for me because I started having like auditory and like visual hallucinations and this like scary shit that can happen when your brain's just like fucked up. And I guess I'm glad that I did tell them, even though it was like the hardest thing that like I've ever done, and like it was like the worst 8 days of my life when I was in there and all of that, and it's been like hard like ever since. Um, but I don't know, like something changed while I was in there in the sense that like I don't feel the sense of urgency anymore that um like there's absolutely like no hope. Like I think that um now I see a possibility that I could find happiness in my future because ultimately that's my goal to be happy, and part of that's just like well beating beating basic needs, sure, beat because I'm watching drag. No, basic needs met, employment, friends, and that's like really all I have planned so far. So yeah, very rough plan. When I was like saying that I don't know what to do with my life, I'm really not kidding. Um, but I think I want to go to college because the college itself, Bryn Mawr, seems cool. If it was any other college, I'd probably be like, fuck no, out. But because I really like the environment, I feel like, and I like learning in general, I think that the combination of those two things will help me, like, get through. And um, I think that once I get into it, I would enjoy college as long as it wasn't like um, a bunch of classes like the math class I was in last year. Like, I really liked English and orchestra, and of course, all the things that don't earn you any money. But, if you take like writing and um, I don't know, like softer subjects and then apply them to business. So like business communications, like working in HR, maybe marketing, um, any like combination of like writing, art, and business skills together like that's I think the more of the direction that I want to go in, and the business part is of course just because that way I'll be able to have like a little bit of money. I won't be a starving artist. Um, because when it comes down to it, like I think that I do need more money than like a minimum wage job, just because I do have the mental capability of working above a minimum wage, and um, I don't know. Some people like jobs that are like more simplistic and everything, but I personally just need more things that like make me think, and I need to be like a little bit like challenged by my work in order to enjoy it. And that can even be evidenced by how I almost like got a B or a C in like remediated English 9 because it was like really boring, and I was the only kid that like answered the questions and shit like that. And that's I don't know, but at the same time, like if things are like so far over my head and I hate the subject and I hate like what I have to do for it and I don't want to put in the work because just everything sucks, like AP Calc BC, then I will perform mediocrely. So it's about finding the balance, I think, um, as far as like the difficulty of my work goes. But of course, like I don't really know that much about like the actual communications jobs and stuff like that. I haven't like refined that yet. But I went to my mom's office like 2 Fridays ago, I think. Maybe. No, it was like not even a week ago, never mind. But they just put crickets on meatball. I live for it. RuPaul's Drag Race who? This is what I want. No, but anyway, because it's like a small company, they have like all different types of positions, like just in one office together. This is so distracting. Um, and when I went, I was like talking to all these people, mostly just like bothering them from doing their work and asking personal questions that I shouldn't have been asking. Um, I wanted to know about everyone's pet in the office, so that was just what I was doing basically. But the actual intent of going there was to, like look at what people do on a day to day basis, like in these jobs. And it's good that I have this opportunity because my mom is like the CFO of the company and has to, like, the people work under her, so she has the power to fire them. And she's done mass firings before, so it's like, all right, here's my kid. Show her your job. Show him your job. Show them your job. Show Kay your job. Fuck. Um, Ooh, wanna know a comment that I got yesterday? Girl, don't be a fucking tranny on me. Like, just, that'd be gross. So, it was from my lousy friend, of course. Very appropriately named. Um, yeah, I don't know. No, but, I am planning on going back to my mom's office, like, a few more times and, like, exploring things more, as far as, like, people's jobs go. And like I don't want to like intern there or anything, but I think that once I like find a like position that I like there, well, if I do find one there, because of course they are a small company, they don't have like every variety of them. I would probably like want to take a class at CCAC, the community college, in the spring, probably to like in whatever like type of field um, I take a liking to. And again, it might not be business like altogether. Like I was also considering like being a lawyer or like doing something with law because I love arguing. Um, but again, I don't really know, and I think that my like writing and um, affinity for like abstract thinking could be useful in some fields and within business. And as much as that seems like it doesn't match up, like there are jobs I know that like require that. It's just determining like if they I don't know. Where was I going with that? I'm so distracted. She has a condom on her. Mary, there is a condom. And now they look like Alaska. Okay. Oh, I'm getting another tattoo next week. I'm going to get like Sasha Velour's like little crown thing right between my tits, and it's going to be amazing. I have like this like plateau here since like I don't have like well, I have tits, but I don't know if they like count that much for tits. So there's like this nice little space like right between like where they should be that a crown would look wonderful in. So that's nice. Oh, and also I met a girl at Duquesne last weekend when I was visiting Kira. It's a friend of Kira's. And we're all going to Erie overnight, like one day this weekend, and I'm really excited about that. Of course, like I was in charge of booking the hotel, and here I haven't, because we were trying to see about like Kira's boy, and I've been flirting with this girl, and I don't know. We're just trying to like line everything up for our schedules. And we're going to take my car, and it's going to be really fun, and yay. I look like a dad. I hate this fucking shirt sticking to me. I was going to say something else to you, but now I'm forgetting what it is. I was going to say a lot of other things to you, like my mind kept going faster than my words. But I was trying really hard not to get distracted, and I ended up losing my idea. So that's what happens when you try to be an organized person. I don't suggest it. Suggest it. Suggest it. Wow. What a word. Let's watch the next one. What the fuck? Excuse me, sir. That one. Wow. Damn, yeah, I don't remember. We talked about Erie. I told you about the tranny comment. Delaying college. I showed you my tattoo. Oh yeah, but like as I was getting my tattoo, I like she wasn't even done with it, and I was like, ooh, and I want to get this tattoo here, and I think I want this one there, and I want what I really want is this car is a lemon like on my ankle just because I'm so like dysfunctional, and I think it'd be appropriate because like in the same book as this is from there's this guy who like was sold like a lemon, like a car that like doesn't work by the guy who like eventually goes insane, and he spray paints like all over it. This car is a lemon, and there's like a little picture of a fucking lemon. Where is that book? I'm going to whip it out for you. It's definitely not worth showing you, but I got a kick out of it, and if I still think it's like absolutely hilarious in like another week's time, that is going like somewhere on my body. I don't know. And it would only be too appropriate, so. Alright, let's look around. I don't think it's here. I think it's downstairs. Shit. Okay, that's fine. I'll show it to you later. No, I actually have a picture of it on my phone. Wait, you are going to see this. They should be up in like probably. Well, my mom gets a shower in 45 minutes, so that I can go downstairs and do things. Holy shit! Look, I have friends. This is like outrageous for me. Oh, hello. Look at the camera. All these people. Oh shit! You're seeing full names, but that's okay. I like never get that many at once. It's because I go to bed like way too early. Homework. Why is this girl always playing video games? How the fuck do you have time to do that? You're in 12th grade. It's a horrible year. I didn't even see what she's trying to show me. I don't understand video games or anime or any of that bullshit.
I hate reading about, like, the past of education because it literally, like, shits on women so much.
Wait, what? Wait, no!
I like, hate reading about, like, the past of education because it literally, like, shits on women so much. And it's like, fuck you people. Because now we're the teachers, so fuck you.
That's my friend who I call Heather. And we were talking about women in education last night because we're dorks. And I was like, oh yeah, they shouldn't let women be teachers. Women suck. Along with how I say, I hate the gays. Like shit like that. Although she's like kind of feministy. Even though she's like the straightest, like, she's so straight it hurts. But she's definitely kind of like a little feminist, which is like surprising. And, you know, that's cool. But she is like really open-minded and everything and doesn't call me like a fucking tranny and like saying gross and shit like that. So that's always a plus. Hey, your friends don't insult you. No, but I'm taking that girl to get her thing tattooed, or her tattoo touched up, because she went to like her fiance slash boyfriend, I don't know, something like that, his like fucking like stoner friend's tattoo place. Like the stoner guy does the tattoos, and he, instead of just like printing out the picture that she like wanted, it was like this wolf with like all these like spiral things going off of it. It was like a very like drawn one. Like it wasn't like actually like anything realistic looking, but there was still like enough detail that he should have really just printed it out like they did for mine. Because like mine has, I won't whip it out again because it hurts. So I don't know. I don't want to like touch it again. Every time I like try to do that, ow, yeah, like that like stretches the skin and that like is painful. But there was like this little part in the A, even like a line that went like to the side. Oh, I have a picture of it on my phone. Actually, we can look at it on there. My phone screen that is too bright for you to really see anyway, but that's okay. This is like all nasty and inflamed because like this is when it was just taken. But if you see this little fuck up on the A, and like just the like things on the E's and all of that, like that was in the original picture too. So you can compare. What the fuck? Hold on. Where did I put it? Did I put it on Snapchat? Was it in here? Oh yeah, okay. See, there's also that little thing on the A, and that's like the thing I was going to like look for to like see how well she did, like if she got like that little thing. And I counted the number of lines because I'm actually insane. No, really, I am. Yeah, like she got the amount of lines, and there was like this little like squiggle in one of the lines in the same exact place because she like printed out the picture on like this paper, and then like then the paper like had, I guess, like just marker ink or something like where the like where it was dark, and she like just pressed that up against like my side, and then you like just peel like a the paper back off, and it just like leaves like the marker print of like where it is, and then she just like filled the like stencil thing that she made in with that. But I guess this guy did that too, although he hand drew the image first instead of printing it out, and I don't know why the fuck he would do that. Because there's like this one little part that's like one of the spirals, like they're all supposed to like end up touching, and this one is like so far off. It like makes me insane. I don't know how she lives with it, but she hates it too. So, and she also called me a tranny, so I had no qualms about like telling her that her thing was fucked up, because it really was. But there again, I'm an asshole too in my own ways, and I probably end up like coming out to the same being an asshole score as she does. So So that's that. Oh yeah, this car is lemon. I didn't show you. But the fucking picture of the lemon. Holy shit. Wait, it's like on a Google thing. Let me crop the picture so it's like more clear. This is so unnecessary. I'm being so extra, but that's okay. Perfect. Now, of course, this little X isn't in here, but it's. Come on, adjust. This car is a lemon, and there's a fucking lemon drawn. That's the ugliest lemon I've ever seen, but like, it's hilarious. Of course, I have to like defend it with my life, and I told my friend from the musical pit that I wanted to get that, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's awful! Like, why the fuck would you like permanently get that done? You'll hate it in like 2 days." I'm like, "I know I will, but you can shush." I thank you for your input, but God, what a time to be alive. Um, yeah, I don't think there's any more that could be said about the that. Um, oh yeah, I don't know if I wrote about going to Duquesne though, but I did, and it was a bunch of drunk people. I went on a Saturday night, so everyone was like out partying and stuff like that. We got woken up at like 2:30 because we some lady like let us in without making us fill out the paperwork to have like an overnight guest, and we told her that I was staying overnight, and then she's like looking for the paper and she couldn't find it, and she was like, "Oh well, you guys will be good to go." So then she comes into our room at fucking 2:30, wakes us up. First of all, she thought that Kira was me, which means that she didn't even like look at my ID, and I had given them my ID, like they had to hold on to it for me to like just be in there as like a regular visitor. And so first I thought it was Kira, and I had just taken my fucking sleeping medicine, so I was like out. And these people had like knocked on the door, and like waited, and then they knocked on it like super urgently again, and Heather woke up because she thought that like our other friend went like missing or something because it seemed like that fucking urgent. So then she opened up the door. She's like, "Okay, what?" They thought Kira was me, and then Kira tries to wake me up, but I don't wake up because I had like the sleeping medicine does really work like well for between like 1 and 4 hours, like when I first take it, and then of course like it doesn't because here I am, yay. Um, but they knocked on the door. Okay, yeah, and then like there's only two twin beds in their room, and they're like up like maybe like 4 feet off the ground. Um, they're like raised, but not like bunk beds. So, um, Kira's like on the outside, and then I'm like on the inside, like laying up against the wall because she's like tinier. So I slept in her bed with her. Um, and then I set up next to Kira after she tries to wake me up, and I guess I just like made a noise at first. I was like, nah, because I was like trying to mock her. Oh, and then she's like, "Okay, I think we did something. You have to wake up. We're in trouble." And then I was like, "Huh, did." And it definitely seemed like I was drunk or high or both, they said. Not the like people, but Kira and Heather. Um, they told me that. Oh, there's another runway. Look at that. Look at fucking meatball. Alright. Well, um, no, then they're weirded out because Kira and I are in the same fucking, like, little bed. Um, and they're like, well, you guys need to, like, come downstairs, and they're, like, tripping over their words and stuff like that, because I don't know. It was just a very weird situation, and it was really awkward, because we had to ride down the elevator 17 floors with these people. It was, like, three, res life people who were, like, escorting us off to, like, the security area, and, like, to fill out the fucking paperwork and shit. Um, but then they kept us down there for 30 minutes, just sitting there, like waiting for like someone to give them a paper, like tell them what to do with us. And then they heard like the people over saying like, I bet it's Lori, like the woman who like let us go back. But then after all was said and done and they had realized that she fucked up, they called us out there and then they started like lecturing us about the rules. They're wrestling. We're doing the wrestler runway. The one was yelling and did like a death drop. I think that was Xochi. Yeah, who the fuck's that? Oh yeah, she slammed the sex doll. Vander, I love Vander. No, that's Xochi. Xochi and Vander look a lot alike. I kept confusing them before. But, oh my god, this is 41 minutes. I should, like, stop here because it will never be uploaded to, YouTube. The grunt is, like, really distracting. What's going on over there? The grunt. Shit. This is what happens when you get like 6 hours of sleep between 2 days. I think, is that even right? I don't fucking know. I got like, what? Last night I got an hour and a half, I know. Because I remember writing it down. And then what time did I fall asleep last night? Like 11:30 to 12. And I woke up at 2. So, alright, let's do some basic math. 2.5 plus 1.5. 2 to 2.5. I couldn't subtract 12 from 43 yesterday. It's 31. I got it, finally. But, you know, I went from being in Calc BC to that. What was I even trying to do? 2.5 plus 1.5. 4. Okay, 4 hours of sleep between 2 days. 3.5 to 4. Wow, that's all. Damn. I really thought I slept more than that. No, because I keep getting in bed like around like 9:45, and then I don't answer my texts like at any point after that. And I read from like 9:45 to around like 10:30, and then after that, I just like have been turning off the lights, not even like listening to a podcast or anything, just trying to like lay there until I fall asleep. But of course, like I check the time like every 15 minutes because like I'm obsessed with like knowing like how long I sleep and shit like that because like otherwise it's like really hard to get like sleeping medicine and stuff like that adjusted. They're like, all right, so how long do you sleep? And you have like no sense of time because like it's really hard to judge time going by when like you have no stimulus at all, like no podcast, no like you can't see a clock, of course. Um, I don't know, yeah, like time passes really weirdly. It's like hell. Um, Not like, oh my god, it's like so torturous. It's like hell. Sometimes it can feel like that, but um, just like being that oblivious to time passing, that like freaks me out. Um, yeah, this is approaching 45 minutes, so this is going to be the end of it. I probably will keep talking in like a second here in another video. So, see you.